Let me go across to my colleague Ayushmann. He's joining us from Maujpur. Remember, this is one of the areas which has been worst affected, has seen the worst kind of violence, and it has also seen instances of stone pelting, which started today morning as well. Ayushmann, give us a sense of what you're looking at in Maujpur. It's one of the areas which is worst affected, and as reported, even instances of stone pelting have started since today morning as well.
Yes, Apurva. In fact, right now we are on the Maujpur road. If you see behind me is the metro station, which has been closed right now, and the kind of scenes that we are seeing right now on the road speaks volume of what has happened yesterday, and also in the earlier today in the morning there was reports of violence and also stone pelting. On the other side of the road, you see the barricading where the Delhi police has put those barricading on the entire stretch. We did not find the police officials, though there are few pockets in the nearby areas where the police officials are deployed. But currently, if you see, Apurva, this is the situation out here in Maujpur and Brahmpuri area, where complete damage of the property, public property, in the stone pelting in very high stone pelting has taken place. You can see those locals standing there. On the other side of the road, if you see, their barricading is there. People are, in fact, there also. They have gathered. So far, the Delhi police officials here, they are not present. On the other side of the road, the barricading has been done. This route has been completely closed down. If you see here, this is the Maujpur Brahmpuri side, where the protesters, in fact, attacked few of the shops. If you see there, there is one shop which has been attacked. On the other side is the colony of people, where also you can see in those window panes which have been attacked there. And currently, the situation on ground here in near the Maujpur road remains very tense out here, Apurva.
Also, Ayushmann, in Maujpur, which we have been highlighting is perhaps the worst affected and has seen the kind of worst violence since yesterday and even today, we are also getting reports of 2 bikes which has been toshed by a group of people. Looking at the situation on ground, Ayushmann, can you give us an assessment of the police deployment? Is it adequate? Are you looking at enough police deployment on ground to contain any kind of untoward incident like what happened yesterday in Maujpur?
Well, what we have seen so far, Apurva, right now is this is the stretch that is going towards the Signature Bridge, and on the very fag end of this road, 4 police officials, police personnel were deployed by the Delhi police, and they had in fact closed down one side's traffic. If you see these people who are coming on bikes, they have been clueless as to which side the road is open. Currently, there is no clarity as to what is happening right now. The police officials' presence here is not there in this area. If you see, that is the side from where both the sides the stone pelting was taking place, Apurva. And right now, the police presence here in this area hasn't been seen. Today morning also, the reports of stone pelting was there in this side of the road. And currently, the situation remains tense in this area.
Also, Ayushmann, you were telling us about the fact that in the nearby areas, the shops which are there in Maujpur area were also damaged yesterday. Give us a sense of what the situation is when it comes to the locals there, because I'm sure there is, of course, a big sense of fear that is looming large in areas like Maujpur and several other areas who have seen first-hand accounts of what happened yesterday and the kind of rioting that took place yesterday.
Yes, in fact, a very tense situation out here, Apurva. People are actually very much infuriated over what happened yesterday. And you can see on the other side, few people have in fact gathered out there, and they are all standing, because what we are finding here is that there is a police presence on this road is not there, because it is one of the very focal point of the protest was there on this road. There you can see on those roads the kind of stone pelting that took place that is there. Maujpur Brahmpuri metro is closed down, and currently the locals are standing there. They are only talking about the incidents, what has happened. If you see that shop which has been completely ransacked by the stone pelters, this is the situation here. People are actually angry over the incident of yesterday and are questioning as to what the police authorities were doing when such kind of situation was brewing up.
Also, Ayushmann, Section 144 has been imposed in the violent affected areas, and of course, Section 144 continues to remain in place in Maujpur as well. Now, in the other areas, we had seen the security personnel conducting flag marches as well, and additional forces they have been deployed in Maujpur. And this we are stressing again and again. We are still looking at protest and violence that is taking place. There have been groups which have torched vehicles. Are you looking at any kind of flag marches or sensitization of the situation right now to see what is happening? Because right now there are still instances of stone pelting which is reported in Maujpur.
Well, Apurva, on this stretch of road where we are standing right now, on the other side, if you see, my camera person Imran will show you, there is a gathering taking place on the other side. Barricadings have been put there, though we went to that side, but it was the situation was simmering with tension. So currently, we are finding police officials in very less number, though it was said that earlier in the morning the flag march was conducted, but so far the situation right now on this stretch, which has been one of the focal points of protest, remains to be tense, and the police officials have closed down this entire stretch, and the metro station has also been closed here.
Also, Ayushmann, has there been an advisory that has now come in for the people to avoid certain routes that are perhaps leading to these areas?
Well, Apurva, right now when we are talking, you can see one of the police vehicle which went past from here. They are the ones who are there in the closed gypsy, and 4 of the police personnels were there inside, and they have just gone from one side of the road to the other side. And so far, the locals are saying that the police officials did come to meet them and appeal for peace. But what has happened here, Apurva, is the kind of damage that we are seeing that really has infuriated the locals, and they are saying that it should have been good if the police would have acted swiftly just when the situation was becoming tense. But right now, on the spot at Maujpur Brahmpuri Road, we are yet to find the police officials patrolling or moving from one side to other. Apurva.
So there is, of course, a clear dissent when it comes to the role of the Delhi police and the people in Maujpur, the locals saying that perhaps not enough was done to contain the situation. Now, in the light of these developments, we also saw last night that Home Minister had chaired a meeting. He had, of course, taken stock of the situation. Are we looking at any kind of deployment on ground? Are there additional central forces that have perhaps been deployed on ground, looking at the manner in which several of the affected areas continue to remain on the boil, and there have been instances of violence reported in other areas as well?
Well, Apurva, yesterday 3 things happened. First, Home Ministry called for a meeting with senior police officials in the MHA, and senior police officials briefed the Home Minister over the situation prevailing in the national capital, given the fact that US President Donald Trump is there in the national capital. Second, Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal was the one who called up for a meeting of the ministers at his residence. Third was 8 of the Aam Aadmi Party MLAs went to LG to meet. In fact, LG was also briefed by the Delhi police officials, but so far no clear word has come out from any official platform as to what is the decision has been taken. Right now what we know is the Rapid Action Force and Delhi police are continuing to hold the flag marches, but so far the situation, like we can see over here, you can see in those visuals the kind of stone pelting that has taken place, and this area, this road and this entire area of Maujpur continues to be a bit tense. And earlier in the morning also, the stone pelting on the other side where we are standing right now, the locals are saying that from that side stone pelting did take place. Currently we are on Maujpur Brahmpuri Road, and this road has been closed by the Delhi police.
All right, Ayushmann, request you to stay with us. We are getting some news that's breaking this minute.